Morning, y'all. Welcome to another edition of Pollo Patrol. That's Pollo, the dog, and we're on a ruck / patrol around the area, the neighborhood. Well, seriously, welcome to Moose Preparedness. I'm Moose, and yet again, I'm doing another video while I'm out and about rucking with all my weight. My bug out kit is in that bag, and just getting practice, number one. Number two, it's great fitness. And three, it's a gorgeous day. It's a balmy 40 something degrees. So if you see me with my little hand mittens, that's okay. You can give me a hard time. So I wanted to talk to y'all today about a topic I covered before. So I had a video that went viral about the 5 things that really help during Helene that most people don't have, and they're cheap, right? So already went through that list, and apparently that video did really well, which I was pleasantly surprised with. Apparently I pleased the YouTube algorithmic gods, and therefore they decided to let it be known. Hey, come on, Chuckles. Come on. Doop, 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 doop. He's a goon. Hey, you good? All right, go on. So I wanted to talk about 3 items that really helped that are not in the cheap category, but would highly consider for your preps. So the first one should be kind of obvious, and that is some type of way to generate electricity. Now, I invested into a high-end solar system for several reasons. One, it's quiet, so my neighbors didn't even know I had that capacity or capability, which is good, because if you're in a prolonged exposed event where the fuel is not running for several days and you're the only person with a generator, guess what? People know you're there. So a solar system, if you do it right, still provides the same benefits of being able to generate some power, not as much as a gas-powered system, but it's able to help power your stuff without being so loud. 2, highly portable. 3, the only thing I need is that big bright thing in the sky. Army folks call him Bob, big orange ball. We're really happy to see Bob after you're up all night. But anyway, Bob powers all my stuff. So there are great systems I have found great use out of. 2 different types. I have a Goal Zero Yeti 1000, and I have a Jackery system now. Both have their pros and cons. They're heavy. They're not really a generator because they don't really generate. They just harness and store that electricity, versus a generator actually uses the gas combustion in it to actually pull or make electricity. The other downside, they're expensive. It wasn't cheap, but in my opinion, it's worth the investment. Hey, we're not going up there yet. He wants to quit on me already. We've only done 3 miles, dude. Sunday's our long day. Anyway, so a generator of some sort, be it a gas one, be it a dual fuel one, which I'm looking at right now for my own personal systems, where I can run both gas and propane, because it gives me an option, or solar battery, or if you can do, like I said in some other videos, 2 is 1, 1 is none, right? So I have 2 battery banks. That's awesome. So if one craps out, I still have the ability to use the other one. So if you can offset it to where if the sun isn't out, you have gas power or propane power to run it, might be beneficial. So that's one, because I think that one's very important and kind of overlooked. If you're in the South in the summertime, it's hot. It was about 85, 87 after Helene, and it was toasty. Having a fan is a big deal. Having ice cubes, oh, brother, let me tell you, the ability to have ice cubes during that was fantastic. It is amazing how the little things like that are such a morale boost when you're out there trying to reset fence posts or clear logs, and you've got that capability. All right, for number 2, a solid way to protect your family. Look, we had some incidences around here. I think I've already talked about them. A friend of ours had somebody try and steal a generator because he was the first one to have one out. But a way to defend yourself. If you live in states that are not Second Amendment friendly, or if you're overseas, find a way to protect your family. Anything you can do that gives you distance is best. So I'm never far from some way to defend myself, be it an edged weapon of some sort, a knife, a club, walking stick. When we were in New York not too long ago, talking with one of the restaurant owners, he always would walk home with a plumber's wrench. Come on, back this way. With a plumber's wrench in his bag within grip, because, it's New York. And he would get out of the restaurants and bars very late because he runs one. So I personally think the best all around for home defense, and if you can only buy one, a solid 12 or 20 gauge shotgun, get a couple extra barrels, one that's good for slugs, which basically turns it into a rifle, one that's good for home defense, so you're talking a 16 to 18 inch barrel, something that's shorter, and you're good to go. And then practice with it. I personally prefer rifles, but rifles have the risk of over penetration, and then if you don't practice with it enough, especially more complex systems, how to reload, how to clear jams, it can be a pain. So I found that a good 20 gauge shotgun or 12 gauge shotgun will do 90% of the work that you need done. And if they're further than the 100 and some odd yards, 150 yards you need for shooting at somebody, you don't need to shoot at them, because that's far enough away to get away. And again, if this is truly a bad situation, you don't want to be hurt. If you can do it where you're not engaging, great. Because medicine's a thing. For us, 911 was down. So while I may have somebody in my family who's a registered nurse, and I have all the equipment and stuff to sew up stuff, stitch up stuff, I have tourniquets, I have all these cool things. That's not ideal. And B, depending on where you get hit, it's not a good day. So it can be very, very quick. You get hit in the leg, femoral artery, something like that. It's not going to be quick. It's not going to be long for you if you don't get that attended to quickly. And when the systems are all down and you're on your own, guess what? You're your own responder. And I can't see me. I've never had the opportunity to operate on my own leg or arm or guts or anything like that on myself if I'm out patrolling like this and I take a round because I'm being stupid and engaging in somebody. So just word for the wise. All right, so that should cost you a couple $100. You can find them used at pawn shops, but I would recommend a good pump gun because they tend to be more mechanically sound, and if you get a semi-auto, they can have more issues unless you get some of the high-end stuff, and then the high-end stuff gets finicky with ammo, so on and so forth. But do what you can. Finally, the last thing that I'd really recommend is, if it is an emergency situation, get training. So I frequently spend good money to get training in various things that I don't get covered in the Army. So we get classes on like combat lifesaver used to, where it's, if somebody gets hurt, how to put on a tourniquet, how to do chest seals, how to do, a nasal pharyngeal where you get the tube shoved down your nose if their airway's blocked, all those nasty things. But that's not sufficient. I mean, how many people have gone and taken a CPR class? How many people have gone to take any type of trauma medicine class? Not many. How many of you, if you're considering being the Lone Ranger and cowboying it up, how many of you have gone to an actual shooting course? I went to one early September, and boy, I learned a lot. When you've got ex-Green Berets and SWAT officers teaching you better shooting positions, how to get more accurate. My groups went from about 3 to 4 inches at 25 yards for a handgun to 1 to 2 inches consistently and from multiple positions, which was awesome. As I said, get the training now, whether that's in canning, whether that's in food prep, whether that's in whatever you want to do, get it now, because when the event happens, it's too late. All right, y'all. Appreciate you. Stay safe out here.